You spend a lot of money buying your house, so why not spend just a little bit more to protect yourself from expensive repair bills? Peace of mind, that's what home warranty companies promise. Substantial savings if something goes wrong with your furnace, fridge, plumbing, or home appliances. Sounds great, but all too often, it's not. I'm Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man, a contributing editor at Checkbook.org.
Welcome to Consumerpedia at Checkbook.org. We're the nonprofit that helps consumers select services, avoid trouble, and save money. Because we don't accept any advertising or take money from any business we recommend, you can rely on Checkbook.org to be completely independent and objective. Now, here's the host of Consumerpedia, America's consumer expert, the Consumer Man, Herb Weisbaum.
In this episode, we're going to explain why Checkbook advises against buying a home warranty, from the high price to the common gotchas. Checkbook's executive editor Kevin Brassler's here to run down the many pitfalls.
Hey, Herb.
So let's start with the bottom line. You don't like home warranties, and you consider all of them, every single one, to be a bad buy.
We here at Checkbook, we for decades now have been urging people not to buy home warranties. These plans, their ads make them seem like they're wise purchases, but they're typically just terrible deals for most consumers. And in fact, often when I'm asked about, what's the biggest money wasters for consumers out there, home warranties, they're always near the top of the list.
And why is that? Is it the cost? Is it the coverage? The ads make it sound like these policies can save you a lot of money.
They promise to provide peace of mind against unexpected expenses, but buying these things will not mean that you still don't have to pay for problems in and around your home. So the warranty companies and their ads, they make it seem like you'll never pay for a home repair again, right? Mm-hmm. But it's really not that simple. I mean, to start with, you have to pay for the warranty plan. There's a monthly premium there that ranges anywhere from $300 to $1,000 or more per year. And for most homes, it's going to be $600 plus per year, $50 a month. And then you're responsible for what they call a trade service fee. That typically costs $75 to $150 for the initial service visit for each claim you make. So each time you have a problem and they send someone to your home, you have to write a check to that company for $50 to $150. And then if the warranty company denies your claims, and they often do, then you still have to pay that service fee, or you can't get out of that. Overall, these plans are not really inexpensive at all. They're pretty big expenditures for most of the people who buy them.
And as with any insurance or service contract, the companies selling these policies, they're making a lot of money off of this.
Yeah, so in fact, you're very likely to come out far behind financially if you buy one of these plans. You're going to end up spending a lot more than the benefit you'll get out of them. The companies that sell these things, they price them so that they always take in a lot more revenue than they need to pay out. For example, when we looked at SEC filings for Front Door, which owns American Home Shield and a few other major home warranty companies, we saw that for the 9 months ending in September 2022, it reported revenue of $1.3 billion, and nearly all that was from selling these types of plans. But its cost to provide services to its customers, when they actually had a problem and had a claim and somebody had to pay for it, that was only $757 million. So really what's happening here is that for that time period, Front Door paid out only about 57 cents for each dollar it took in to cover claims. I mean, that's a huge margin in terms of profits, especially compared to a lot of insurance companies out there.
Most insurance companies pay a lot more than 50-something cents on a dollar. It's up to the 80s or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sign that a lot of people are buying these plans and wasting money. They're putting far more in terms of the premiums they have to pay, the costs they have to pay to these plans than they're getting out. I mean, far more than what they're getting out.
But of course, you could argue that paying for peace of mind is worth it to avoid getting hit with a huge repair bill down the road. That's what people worry about, but you know better than that.
Yeah, I mean, these plans, they often promise that if an appliance is too costly to fix, for example, that the company will replace it. Or that if your furnace breaks down and it can't be repaired, that they'll replace that also. It seems like they're covering you from these really big expenditures that you might want to kind of, buy some insurance to protect yourself against. But if you wade into the fine print on these plans, as we did, you'll often see some really big red flags about payout limits. So, for example, a sample contract we reviewed for one company said that the company caps reimbursement for heating and air conditioning equipment, repairs and replacements, at $1,500. And that same limit applies if you have a leaky roof. So another company we saw, its payout limit for electrical, plumbing, and appliance repairs was only $500. So those limits, they're not going to protect you. They're not going to bring you peace of mind against large repair bills. New furnaces cost $4,000 and up. New refrigerators can cost $2,000 and up. So homeowners who are buying these plans because they've been promised that they're going to be protected against really big, repair bills or having to replace, an expensive home component, no, they're really not getting the coverage at all that the home warranty companies are warning about.
And here's something I don't think a lot of people know, and they learn the hard way. Despite what all the marketing materials might indicate, these policies don't cover everything.
Nope. Right? I mean, most homeowners' biggest nightmares in terms of expensive repairs and problems, they're leaky roofs and wet basements. Those are the things that are really going to cost you a lot of money if you have a problem. But most of these home warranty plans, they only pay for limited roof repairs, not for a full new roof. And also, if you have a basement water problem, which is a big problem around here where I live, no, you'll have to deal with that on your own. These plans don't cover that type of problem. A lot of them exclude water heaters from coverage. I don't know why. Maybe it's because water heaters break down a lot or you need to replace them every 10 years. They don't cover that. If you have trouble with a home security system or solar panels or smart home devices, these plans typically exclude all those things. So these companies, what they're doing often is they're identifying problems that tend to go wrong, things that tend to break down and things that might be expensive to fix or replace, and often they're excluding them from their coverage plans.
So let's talk a little bit more about that, because these companies make these policies sound so good, but as you point out, there are ridiculous limits and even exclusions for stuff the plans do cover.
Yeah, even for things they do cover, there's often fine print that really, diminishes the value of what you can get out of these companies if you have a problem. So, for example, most home warranty companies, they advertise that they fully cover appliances if there's a breakdown or you need a replacement. But some of them, many of them, hide in fine print that they'll reimburse you only up to the depreciated value of your dead refrigerator or dishwasher or whatever if it needs replacement. And most homeowners are going to find that payout very disappointing. And even for covered repairs, you might find your claim is denied if you don't have records to prove that you performed the manufacturer's recommended maintenance, or if the problem was caused by something other than normal wear and tear, like a power surge. We found in Select Home Warranties, it's another big home warranty company, and in its sample service contract terms and conditions, that the company declares that it, quote, reserves the right and may request prior years, 3 years, maintenance records and or pictures. Without proper maintenance records and pictures, the maximum payout on any system or appliance is up to $150, end quote. Even I'm not sure what professional maintenance is required for all the appliances in my home. I'm not aware that I'm supposed to do anything at all for most of them. I mean, this clearly is an attempt by Select to provide cover to deny a lot of claims. And companies also can deny claims if they decide the problem was caused by a product defect or a pre-existing condition that predated your coverage.
And from what I hear from people, a lot of these companies really do deny coverage. They have to try to complain to a consumer agency to get help. That seems to be very common practice, to deny the claim up front.
Oh, yeah. I mean, consumer agencies receive tens of thousands of complaints each year about home warranty providers, and a very common gripe is about denied claims. And of course, for every complaint that is made, every official complaint that is lodged, there are many more people who didn't bother to complain. Some warranty companies have been targeted by government action. So in 2015, Choice Home Warranty and its principal executives, they agreed to pay nearly $800,000 to settle a lawsuit brought by New Jersey that accused them of using creative and deceptive means to deny their customers' claims. And there's no wonder, given that the fine print I just read off is pretty silly in terms of the hoops you need to jump through in order to qualify to have your claims paid for lots of different things in your home that you thought would be covered. The complaint in New Jersey, among the other problems, it said that it required customers to provide maintenance records even when technicians reported that an item had been properly maintained or that lack of maintenance didn't cause the problem.
There's one more big reason, maybe the most important, why Checkbook gives a big thumbs down to home warranties. It has to do with who does the repair work, and we're going to explain that straight ahead. This is Consumerpedia, powered by Checkbook.org.
If you like what you hear, we hope you'll consider being a Consumerpedia supporter by using the link at the bottom of the show notes to make a small contribution each month. This is Consumerpedia.
Okay, so these home warranty plans are expensive for what you get. They deny a lot of claims. Even when they do pay claims, they often limit the amount so they don't have to really fully cover the customer's biggest problems. Despite all that, Kevin, you say there's still an even bigger problem with these products.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest issue with these plans is that you, the homeowner, do not get to pick the company that does the repairs. Instead, the home warranty companies send someone out that has agreed to contract with that company to provide diagnostic and repair services. And from what we can tell, they absolutely do not pick the best repair outfits. We called 25 HVAC contractors, all of which received Checkbook's top rating for quality, and zero of them told us that they participated in any home warranty programs. These contractors, they overwhelmingly disdain these plans. Those who have worked with home warranty companies in the past said that we stopped doing so because these companies deny a lot of claims. And then the repair business, they're the ones who get blamed for it when they have to tell the homeowner, I'm sorry, I'm not going to repair this for free. And so, they basically just said this is just too much of a headache for the low payout rates that are offered and given all the claims that they deny. So here's the thing. So you buy a warranty and you pay that bill every month to keep your coverage in effect. And then when you have a problem, you call that warranty company and it assigns a company to deal with you on it, right? You don't get to pick any company. They send it to you. That repair business, it works for the warranty company. It's not working for you, and it's getting paid by the warranty company except for this copay you have to throw out, right? So that company might feel, more reasons to deny your claims or side on behalf of the warranty company if it argues that your claim isn't valid. And as we've already said, they deny a lot of claims, sometimes for ridiculous reasons. What we also found is that even when companies do approve claims and allow the repair to happen, way too many homeowners complain about repairs not being done correctly, or that it's taking weeks just to get simple repairs done right. Often what we see is that repair businesses will come out, diagnose the problem, and then have to make multiple return trips to get it fixed, even if they can fix it. In a lot of cases, the complaints say, I'm still having the same problem. They weren't able to fix it because they don't know what they're doing. The warranty companies say, we carefully screen them and they're the best. But these warranty companies, they won't share lists of companies with us so that we can look and see who they're doing business with. You, the homeowner, you don't get a say. And based on the complaints we see, they're not doing very good work at all. And really, the biggest problem is, let's say you have a warranty and something goes wrong with the repair. They make the problem worse. They break your furnace to the point to where it doesn't operate anymore. We talked to one homeowner who had a plumber come out under one of these plans to snake her drain, and he screwed up so badly she had to have the entire drain assembly replaced. And the warranty company, they weren't willing to pay for that either. And the reason is that if you read these warranty contracts, they specifically say that the warranty companies themselves are not responsible for the quality of work that's performed. And this part is astonishing to me. So homeowners, they don't get to pick who's going to do the repair in their home. That's something the warranty companies themselves do. But then the warranty companies absolve themselves of any responsibility if something actually goes wrong. What if they wire something incorrectly and create a fire? The warranty companies, based on these contracts, won't bear any responsibility for that problem. You're going to have to deal with, hopefully, the insurance company or the repair company or your own insurance company, or try to, squeeze a good repair out of that company to clear up the damage they've done.
I'm just getting so angry listening to you talking about this because people have no idea all these exclusions and gotchas when they see the advertisements or they're sold this product. Nobody reads all the fine print where they put all this stuff before they sign on the dotted line. It's why Checkbook exists, but it's like they don't want to live up to what they're promising people.
It's not surprising that these plans have so many exclusions and that they have payout limits and they have so much fine print protecting themselves against, existing problems and product defects. Because what they're doing is they're insuring all the stuff in your home, but it's not like they're sending an inspector out to see if it's in good condition to begin with. They're charging a lot for these plans, $600, $1,000, sometimes more, but they're doing it blindly, right? They're offering you basically a service contract against problems you might have in your home, but then they have no idea what problems it might have in it. It's not like an auto insurer or a home insurer where they have a lot of data and they have a lot of actuarial models, and life insurance companies can figure out based on your medical history and your age when you're likely to die and then write their rates accordingly. No, these warranty companies are doing it blindly. And so it's really no wonder that they have so many fine print exclusions to protect themselves against big, expensive problems. But I think you have to know going in that all these exclusions exist, that these things, they seem like great deals. They're preying on our, what I call loss aversion tendencies, right? It seems horrible if I'm going to have this problem and I'd like to be able to plan for this. And a lot of these plans, they advertise that you're basically paying for all the repairs you might have in your home on a budget. It's going to cost you $50 a month to cover yourself against these problems. But when you actually look into them, no, there's way more added expenses that you could have. The things that these plans promise to protect you against, these big expensive repair bills, they don't really fully protect you from those. And often, if you do have a problem, they're just going to deny your claim.
So, is there a smart way for you, the homeowner, to protect yourself from big unexpected repair bills? We're going to talk to Kevin about that next. This is Consumerpedia, powered by Checkbook.org.
Consumerpedia Fast Facts. Home appliances don't last forever. The median life expectancy for a new refrigerator is about 10 years, according to member surveys done by Consumer Reports. Nearly a third of all refrigerators will require repairs after 5 years. Most major manufacturers say you can expect your washer and dryer to last at least a decade. However, CR's member surveys show that 20% of washing machines and 16% of dryers broke or stopped working within 10 years of purchase. A new HVAC system costs thousands of dollars. According to the Carrier Corporation, a well-maintained furnace can last at least 15 to 20 years. Same for a well-maintained central air conditioning system.
So you might be saying to yourself by now, well, as with a lot of things, buying one of these products is buyer beware. You just have to do your homework to make sure you sign up with a good plan. Kevin, is that right?
Yeah, and often when I'm doing interviews on this topic, I'm asked, well, which companies are good home warranty companies? There must be some that are worth buying and don't deny a lot of claims and stuff like that. And what I'm saying to you is that none of these plans is good. And you can't always even review the coverage you're going to get before you buy them. With some home warranty companies that we checked out, we couldn't find the actual contracts on their websites for us to review. Even for companies that make them available, we usually found them loaded with hard to understand technical terms and legalese. In some cases, we couldn't determine whether common problems would be covered at all. But what we do know is that these companies generate tens of thousands of complaints each year, often for the things we've already talked about. There really, as far as I know, there isn't, one home warranty company out there that's doing a good job in terms of providing solid coverage and not looking to deny claims whenever it gets the chance.
So as a homeowner, I can tell you that we're always worried about big expenses. So Kevin, what's your advice? Is there a smart way to protect ourselves from unexpected repair bills?
Yeah, I do this. I myself worry about big repair bills with my house. I'd love to find a way to protect myself against maybe, having to put in a new furnace or another, freaking $8,000 heat pump. But, know this, home warranty companies, they will not protect you from those really big and scary repair bills. They just won't. You have to think of these things as insurance coverage. They're really service contracts, but I think it's wise to look at these things as insurance coverage that you have to decide whether or not to purchase it. But know that they're really lousy insurance coverage. There's lots of denied claims and lots of payout limits. And most homeowners, they don't need to insure against such relatively small risks. We often here at Checkbook, we write that insurance is for catastrophes, for risks that are just intolerable and would be catastrophic to your finances, like house fires, auto accidents, and medical problems. The risks covered by home warranty companies, the risks they actually cover in terms of what you might have to pay, they might be unpleasant, but for most homeowners, replacing a dishwasher or fixing a refrigerator, it's not going to be financially catastrophic. And in fact, most repairs covered by these policies are pretty inexpensive. The most common costs of a HVAC or appliance repair, or even a plumbing repair, it's between $150 to $300. And these plans, you're already going to have to pay $75 to $100 as a copay. They're really not covering that much when you do have common problems. And when you have a really big problem, again, they usually have payout limits that cap what they have to pay. And so you may still have to end up shelling out $6,000 plus for a new heat pump or $4,000 plus for a new central AC or furnace.
I think that's a big takeaway here. If you have a house, there's going to be unexpected expenses. You need to have an emergency fund in case something happens. So take that money you were going to give to the home warranty company and stick it in a savings account, and you'll have it there if you ever have a problem and need to pay for something.
Yeah, and then when you actually need a repair, you get to decide which company to hire. You can pick among the best rated companies, for example, in Consumers Checkbooks lists, and make sure that you're getting good repairs and then you're not just being taken for a ride.
And if you want to read more about this, just go to our website, checkbook.org, and put in the word home warranties, and you'll be able to read all about it, the article that Kevin wrote. Kevin, excellent advice.
I don't know if it was an advice or a rant, but I'm glad we covered this topic.
So before we go, a fraud alert about a home warranty letter people in various parts of the country have been getting. It claims your home warranty is about to expire or has already expired, even when you've never purchased one. The letter is designed to look like the bogus warranty company is affiliated with your mortgage company or the county deed records office. They are not. The letter threatens negative consequences if you don't respond within a week or so. Scammers always use high-pressure tactics like that. So, how do these con artists know the name of your mortgage company? Well, some information about mortgages, such as the name of your lender and servicer, are public record, information that can be found online. By using that information, the fraudsters make their letter appear to be legit. Don't take the bait. Well, that's it for this episode of Consumerpedia. You can subscribe to us on Apple or Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. That way, you won't miss an episode. Remember, we release new ones every other Thursday. Another way you can support this show is to follow us on Consumerpedia on Facebook and Instagram, and at My Consumerpedia on Twitter. I'm Herb Weisbaum. Thanks for listening.
Consumerpedia is a public service of Checkbook.org. We're a unique nonprofit that helps you save money and make smarter choices. You can count on Checkbook to help you find the best services and avoid the worst, with local ratings that are accurate and unbiased. If you live in or around these 7 cities and haven't joined Checkbook yet, check us out. Boston, Chicago, Philadelphia, Seattle, San Francisco, Minneapolis-St. Paul, and Washington, D.C. To get your free 30-day subscription, go to checkbook.org/consumerpedia. If you like what you've heard, we hope you'll become a supporter by using the link at the bottom of the show notes to make a small contribution each month. Consumerpedia, empowering consumers to save money and make smarter choices.